Hey guys, Roshaya from SLAKE ENDURO. I recently attempted the Roof of Africa in the bronze division. Unfortunately, I did not finish the race due to a mechanical failure, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. I just thought I've learned many lessons out of this race, and I thought that, especially from a bronze perspective, I might give you some tips and some lessons I've learned that may help you as well.
The first tip or thought I'd like to share with you is you are good enough. If you manage to qualify in the qualifier, it means you are good enough to actually do this event. It may be 3 days, which is 2 days longer than what you used to, but you have qualified, so you are good enough.
The next lesson learned is the issue around weather, and the point I want to make is that you need to prepare for the worst, but do not over prepare for the least. The lesson learned here is that obviously if it's hot, you need to dress lightly, but if it's super cold, do not overdress yourself. I ended up putting on extra tracksuit pants, I put on black bags around my feet, I put surgical gloves on, extra jacket, as well as a weatherproof windbreaker and a scarf around my face and neck. The challenge is that within 20 minutes I was dying of heat and I needed to undress, and I didn't have space to put stuff, and I wasted a lot of time. So I think that if you are warm enough or too warm at the start in cold conditions, you're probably going to be way too hot out in the field. Do not overdress in cold conditions. Okay, so something else that came in very handy was this handlebar pouch, which in fact is only a camera bag which I bought from a local store for 50 Rand. It kept all my goodies inside there, some cram tablets, some biltong, some jelly babies, and all the nutrition I needed. I did not need to put stuff against my handlebars or against my forks, which also makes it difficult to get off the bike if you taped it down. And it's a nice little pouch. It's got a little belt on because it's made for a belt. You just simply take 2 cable ties, clip it on there, and there we go. Your nutrition is right at the tip of your fingertips. Okay, so one of the more frustrating moments during the ride was the issue revolving around grab straps versus rope that's in a pouch. I thought to myself, well, the grab strap is good enough. Why would I need a pouch with a rope in? I've got a rope in my pocket, but it's cost me dearly. And the reason for that is that the most people that pull you up hills or up over obstacles are mainly the kids, the local kids of Lesotho. So they've got no idea how to pull a bike, what to do to turn a wheel, front wheel up, down, etc, etc. So what they do is they end up trying to pull you on the strap, or they pull you on the fork, and they pull you sideways instead of straight forward, which results in you falling because you're already in such uncomfortable positions that they grab a bike and they grab it over there if you don't have a rope, or they'll grab it over there and they'll run to the side and pull you and drag you to the side. So I definitely would suggest going for the rope in the pouch, and yes, I think that would have cost me a lot of time and also helped me fall far less. A hard case such as this is also very advisable, where I keep my phone in. I obviously ended up on my back a good few times, and I think this case is waterproof and is also very durable, so it probably saved me a good few times. Very important. This is the next tip I would like to give you. So you have money, let's say about 150 Rand or whatever, in 10 Rand notes somewhere in your close vicinity for you to grab out. When guys drag you up mountains, they do expect money. The mistake I made is I had the money in my bag or in this pouch or hard case in the back of my bag, my camel pack, and every time I had to stop, take it off, get money out and pay for the guys. So I spent a minute or 2 every time just giving the guys money. I probably should have had it in this little camera bag that I've mentioned beforehand. It would be quicker to give it to them. Also, I think it's safer there because I had to go ask the locals to pull this thing out the back. And yeah, so you know where I'm going with that. So yeah, I think it's a handy tip to have some money with you. If you show them 10 Rand or they see how much money you got, they say no, they want 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever. Remember, it's a long day. You might be needing to be dragged out 3 or 4 or 5 times, so make sure you have enough money on you. Something else that I've noticed is that the actual distances sent to you for the route on GPS differs to the actual real-time distance your wheel will be doing. In other words, if you're on a 40 to 50k loop, according to GPS, you're actually realistically going to do about 5 to 7k's more than that. This is important just from a fuel perspective, and also just to be able to pace yourself during the day. For myself, I've learned to start easy. During the qualifier, I crashed 2 to 3 times within the first 2 kilometers because of nerves and I was unsettled. I think it's better to start mellow and end stronger. Use bottlenecks to your advantage. It's a good time to reach for the pouch, get some nutrition in, relax, take some deep breaths and refocus for what's ahead again. There is no harm in teaming up. As competitors, you are allowed to assist each other. So it's advisable for you to ask the guy in front of you or behind you to help you, and you can return the favor. It's better to get over the obstacle, without expending too much energy, to find yourself just sitting in the bottleneck 2 or 3 or 4 meters further again in any way. Okay then, so finally, I think the biggest lesson I learned, and what probably cost my race, or did cost me the roof of Africa, was the mechanical failure I had in my bike. My bike was 100% on point, prepared exceptionally well by JB Motorcycles in Jeffreys Bay. The bike was on point and 100% mechanically ready to do such an extreme enduro. Unfortunately, I had a radiator hose with inside my frame between the radiators pop inside. That could have been a factory fault, it could have been just a freak of nature, mechanical error of some sort, that's unforeseen. But the lesson learned, Jay, is obviously you have a whole bunch of tools and a whole bunch of levers and equipment and spare parts you take with. But I think if it is possible for you to take a second bike with, a spare bike, it would have made a major difference to my race. I probably would have been able to finish the ride, not because you grab the second bike and go ride, but I mean, if you have a whole bike to your disposal like that, and you rock up there and something's broken, you can rip it off that bike and just put it back on. You're not a gold rider, so I'm not sure how the scrutineering works on bronze, but I'm sure that's not a problem for you to rip something off a bike. So if you have a friend, or if you're lucky enough to own your own second motorbike, I think tag it along. But I think for bronze riders like us, we don't have the mechanical and factory backing like most guys. If you can lend a friend's bike, take it along and just tell him you'll replace anything that was taken off the bike in new, and that would have saved my race. Guys, I really hope this information was useful to you, and I look forward to seeing you at the start line next year.